So here we are again at Sowerby Bridge Station. This time's a little different. I'm not on my way down to see the lad today, unfortunately, but I'll be seeing him in a couple of weeks' time. I'm actually off to the Magna Centre in Sheffield to go to this year's Horrorcon. So I don't know if I'm going to get many clips there, because obviously I've got to preserve my battery on my phone, because if I'm there all day I don't want it dying. So I might try and get a few little clips. I can't guarantee, but yeah, that's where I'm off to today. But I'll let you know how I'll get on afterwards. Cheers.
Welcome to Joffy Noodle Legs and the Horror House.
Hello guys, welcome to the channel and welcome to a special video today. Today I just got back. This is about 7 o'clock in the evening, Saturday evening, here on the 17th. I've just got back from Horrorcon in Sheffield, Horrorcon 25, and I had a great time. So much different to my last visit to Horrorcon. Do you remember last time I went? I think it was 23. I went with me lad, took him there for a little birthday treat, 'cause it's post birthday of his, and it was really cool. But we spent so much day queuing to meet two heroes he wanted to meet: Jonathan Breck of Jeepers Creepers and Doug Bradley of Hellraiser. Doug Bradley was there again today. I didn't go to see him today, but it weren't too bad. I went to meet one of my favourite actors of all time. So we'll get on to that bit nearer the end. But I'll just go through a few things that I picked up. So I've got me backpack here with me. I haven't emptied it yet. I've just got in. But one thing I couldn't fit in my backpack, the first thing I got was a poster, which I'm going to probably try and put up on this wall behind me there. And it's an old school celebrating British horror. And it's a poster of Dracula. Now, I spoke to the guys that did this store, and the chap there, he did all these hand drawn, and sort of like made prints of them. And it's really, really cool. Great detail there on Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee with this amazing castle in the background. So yeah, I picked that up. So that's really cool. So I just not sure where I want to put it. I mean, I don't know, because I want it to be on show a little bit. So maybe there. Oh, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah. So I picked up a new little poster from my room. I thought, because I've got loads of there behind me representing some American horrors and some Italian, but nothing representing British horror. And British horror is probably my second favourite country of horror. You know that Italy is my favourite. So yeah, that was fantastic. Well, I had a great time. So I'm going to try and put a few clips in as I go through the video. I didn't film a lot throughout the video, simply because my lad weren't there. When he's there, I like to do these sort of road trips and stuff. I get some enjoyment of having this with him, and a bit of sort of humour. We have a bit of a laugh on that. But he wasn't there, so I didn't really do that this time. So I thought, well, I'm going to just focus on having a day out for me, right? Because I spend all my time giving my days out and money to my lad, or running me home. So I wanted some noodle legs time, and I did. So it was really cool. I arrived there about I think about 9:30, 9:45, and the queue wasn't too bad outside. And we got let in about 9:45, and then we sort of queued up inside the cafeteria area. This is held at the Magna's Experience Centre, which is like a science sort of museum sort of thing. And we were sort of queued up down this sort of cafe bit till they let us all in. And then so I thought, I learned from last time, because when we went last time, we sort of flapped about a little bit and went to this little bit, And then when we got to the main hall, we went to get the signatures from my lad. So I've learnt, go there first. So I went there first, and I only wanted to meet one really this time round, and I was about 7th or 8th in the queue, waiting to meet him. So that was fantastic. So I was only there about 15-20 minutes, and then I got to chat to him. And then I went off and I sort of bimbled around. As you can see by some of the clips that I'll put on, that it's busy, but it wasn't that busy. Again, I think it's because I was there an hour earlier. You know, the priority time, you get in an hour earlier. You got that hour when you can sort of like move about a bit. It did get busier as the day sort of moved on. There's some amazing stalls. They've arranged it better this time round, because the first time that I went, they had it all in one room. Really, you go into the main hall, and there were all your stalls, and to the left you had all your guests, and then to the right you had your Q&A area. But they've moved the Q&A area away from the main hall, and so that was cool. Give me 1 second, guys. I can hear me work phone going off. Yeah, so that was absolutely fantastic. And so I had a chance to have a good look around. And there were a few stalls there. There was Treasured Films were there, with quite a big store selling loads of sort of films and import films. So again, because I don't have a multi-regional player, I'm a little bit limited what I could buy from there. But I did have a good search around there. And I managed to pick up a few films, because I discovered that Blue Underground, a lot of their films are region free. So that was pretty cool. So I've had a good look through quite a few films. And obviously, like I said, I went down to the signing bit and saw a few stars there. I saw Neil, what's his name? Is it Maskell? Neil Maskell, who starred in the film Kill List. Absolutely fantastic. And I also got to meet a couple of my favourite YouTubers from a channel they called Grim Life Collected. That's a fantastic channel. If you've not subscribed to Grim Life Collective, subscribe to them. They're fantastic. They're an American couple, and they go around all around the world to different locations. They do horror film locations. They do album record cover locations. They do true crime locations. They look at all these sort of like true crimes, not just in America, so all over the place. They do graveyard visits. They visit famous people's graveyards. They've been to see Ian Curtis and many other famous, Lucio Fucci in Italy. They went to Italy to visit his grave, and they've seen so many famous sort of Vincent Price and different film sets. They went to a graveyard where they filmed Theatre of Blood, and all this. So they go to these wonderful places, and I met the guys there. They were really, really cool and really sweet and really friendly. Absolutely lovely people. Really nice. Michael and Rebecca, absolutely sound, really class people. And I told them about my channel, about how rubbish it is and stuff like that, you know. And but they were really nice and positive, and they both gave me cuddle and a hug and stuff like that, and managed to get, like I say, my picture with them. So that was really, really cool. And I sort of bimbled around, had a good look around, and got a few pickups, as you saw my my poster, which is fantastic, isn't it? Amazing. Try not to get the glare. It's late evening sun, so that sun's low. But yeah, I love that. Some great detail on that. Really, really cool. So that's going to find a nice neat place. So let me open my bag and see what I picked up. I've got a couple of bits for the lad. I'll show you one thing that I got him, but I'm not going to show you the other things I got him, because he doesn't, well, he knows I've got him these things, but I'm not going to show him because he wants me to to give him like a surprise when he comes. So I've got him. There's no name on the store. They just got a bag saying thank you. I bought a couple of things from that store, something for him and something for me. And what I bought him was, what's your pleasure, Mr. Cotton? I brought him the Hellraiser box, and this actually works, I believe, if I can ever get it to work. The guy did show me how to work it. It's a puzzle box, and it was really cool. Let me try. I'm just trying to see if I can get it to work. He did show me. Bear with me, guys. My old man hands are not going to do it, I don't think, but it does puzzle. It opens up and you can turn it and you can twist it all around. It's a wonderful thing. Really cool. I just wish I could do it to show you guys, but I'll allow him to sort that out. Yeah, so he has now got his Hellraiser puzzle box, which is really cool. And it comes with like a stand, so he can, a sort of gold like stand, so he can sort of however he wants to display it. You know, he can display it, or he can open it into whatever shape he wants. I suggest him not to, because he don't want to open up a dimension. You do not want to be opening the gateways to hell, do you? So yeah. Oh, there's two different ones. Okay. So yeah. So he got that. I've bought him that from that store. Really cool. They were really nice. And the guy did show me how this works, but I'm useless. So I've already forgotten. But it does open out. It's like a little puzzle. So that's cool. He's got his own Hellraiser box. So that's really cool. And I got myself something a bit wacky and a bit out there, because you know what I'm like. Now, if ever you've seen, I think 80s creature feature, which has just not long had a re-release on Blu-ray. I've got the DVD set somewhere, but they released Critters, so I bought myself a critter, and he's absolutely wonderful. They had the black critters there, but I like this guy. I love his little face. Look at him. I absolutely loved it. Really cool. Absolutely beautiful little thing, and it's a good size as well. It wasn't really stupidly priced either, and the detail's pretty cool. Look, he's got his paws and his grippy hands, and he's all furry, and he's covered. It's not a soft toy. You see, it's actually a solid toy made of wood with like a fur on it, which is really cool. So I bought myself a critter, so that's really cool. And then just carried on looking at movies, and I bumped into Horror Hands. So I had a little chat with him. I said to him, "Did you manage to find the Killer Custard Creams film yet?" He went, "No, not yet." But I said to him, "You had any luck?" He said, "Yeah, he's got a stack of movies, so expect that he'll have some sort of video of his pickups from Horrorcon." And he was cool just to see him, and you know, I was like, "Oh, Horror Hands," and he was like, you know, had a brief encounter, if you like. Didn't really chat to him too much. Lovely chap, just came across a little bit shy, but I'm quite shy to be true. Mind you, I was speaking to strangers in the queues for a long time, and talking to like a lot of the store people for quite a long time. Like one store I went to was an artist, and he's a guy that does a lot of the artwork for recommissioned covers for Arrow, and he does a lot of work like that, and sort of like, and posters and things like that. And I bought this from them, on 4K. Don't Torture a Duckling. Now I do have the Blu-ray. This is an old Video Nasty, but he has he's signed it, as you can see down the bottom there. So it's been signed by the artist that's done this artwork. That's really, really cool. Just move that off so you can see it probably a bit clearer. See? So that's the guy that does the artwork for these new recommissioned sort of artwork for Arrow. So I thought that was really, really cool to bump into him. And that's signed. This is a Video Nasty about a child murderer. So I picked that up because I thought, well, because he was so chatty. I didn't want any posters from his store. They were really cool, but they were quite pricey. This wasn't too bad. This was £20. That's not bad because it's a 4K. I believe it's got a 4K and a Blu-ray in there. So quite happy with that, and it's signed by the artist, so that's really cool. Film. I do like the film. I have done a review of it, my channel, about 2 years ago. So if you want to find out what it's about, it is on my channel. Just put in don't torture ducklings, Joffrey noodle legs, and it should come up. But there we go. That's a cool film. So I went wandering around, and I got my lad a couple of t-shirts, which is, well, like I said, the surprise bit for him. He knows he's got a couple of t-shirts, but I haven't told him which ones. But I got them from that amazing seller, Hell on Shirts. It's mine and my lad's favourite t-shirt seller. So I picked up a couple of shirts for him there, which he doesn't know what they are, and he's not going to know till he gets here. But I picked up a couple of shirts for me, so I'll show you which ones I got. I've got this really cool one. It's a bit of a bizarre one, actually. It's Nightmare on Elm Street 3, and it's the Dream Warriors. So, but I really like the shirt. I just really loved the design. I thought that was really, really cool. Don't know if you can see that. Really, really cool. Yeah, so it's for the Dream Warriors, and it's got a really cool back print as well. Really cool. A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. If you think you'll get... I can't read that. If you think you get out alive, you must be dreaming. And on the back it says prime time, bitch. Welcome to prime time, bitch. Yeah, that's really cool. Very Darth Maul looking there, but yeah, there's Freddy. But yeah, the detail on the shirt is absolutely wonderful. And they were lovely people. They were really, really nice. So yeah, I picked that shirt up for me. And yeah, they were really, really nice. I expect to see this on my channel, no doubt me wearing it. I've got loads of t-shirts, and they get messy quite quick, my t-shirts, because I do a lot of work around my house, do housework, and I get myself all dirty, and I spill stuff on me and all sorts of stuff, and you know, and it's generally because I've been busy doing stuff, and I'm a bit clumsy in my old age, and as soon as I've done that, I make my videos, and I should think I'll get changed first, Joff. But anyway, I've got a couple of new t-shirts, and I've got obviously another t-shirt from one of my favourite sci-fi horror films. It's not Alien, it's the other one, The Thing, with that wonderful picture there of Kurt Russell on the front. McCready. Man is the warmest place to hide, it says on the back. It's got a back print of The Thing. So that was really, really cool. Again, it's got some really cool sort of detail on there, as you can see. Really cool. So that's what I bought myself, was 2 t-shirts. That's really cool. And so I got my lad 2 t-shirts, which I'm not going to show because I've told him. I said to him, "Do you want to know what they are?" He said, "No, I'd rather wait because he's coming up in a week or so." Tom goes, "Give me something to look forward to." I went, "Yeah, fair enough, mate, pal." Also got loads of sort of different little leaflets here. This one from Hell on Shirts. It's pretty much my t-shirt print, which is really cool. Another one, House of a Thousand Corpses. I didn't see that t-shirt there. I'm not a huge fan of that film anyway. Let me get that out. That's my signed item. So yeah, that was really cool. So I managed to get a few t-shirts, had to wander around. There was so much there. So much there. And you know what it's like when you bought stuff at these sort of things. You go past another store and you think, oh my God, they got that t-shirt. Oh my God, they got that. But I trust Hell on Shirt. I trust their fitting, their shirts. They fit me and my lad really well. And they're just really good quality. So a lot of these other ones I've never bought from, so I'm always a bit, I don't know, because I saw a couple of nice shirts I really liked. There was one that had sort of like the witch sort of t-shirt, but I didn't buy it. And there was one with loads of sort of like things like Cannibal Holocaust and all these wonderful films that I love. And then there was one selling like Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing t-shirts. And I thought, but when I looked at them, they were like small, medium, large. It didn't go any bigger. I was thinking, oh man, you're missing out there, because some of them were cool, and I might have actually just tried it, but I didn't. But like I said, I went to Treasured Films and I bought a few Blu-rays. Not many. How many did I buy? 3. But they weren't cheap. They weren't cheap. Just get them out of the bag, guys. They weren't cheap. But I also bought that one. So I've got 4 films in the end. So that's cool. Yeah, they were quite polite and nice, but I kept annoying them. What region's this, mate? What region's that, mate? And they had their, which I nearly bought, the box set of 4K of Toxic Avenger, with all the Toxic Avenger films on 4K and Blu-ray discs. But I wanted to, I know the 4Ks are pretty region free, but I wanted to know if the Blu-rays were region free too. Because the box set was £70. So it's not a cheap amount of money. So I thought, well, I'm not going to buy this if I'm not going to take a gamble. So they looked and they looked and they looked. They said, we can't confirm about the Blu-rays. So I said, well, I'll leave it. I said, because don't want to take any risks. But I picked up 3 movies that I believe are all region free. First one from Blue Underground is The Prowler. Which is an 80s slasher film. The reason why I think it's region 3, because I'm sure that's what it says down there. All regions. So that looks like it's going to be region 3. And a lot of their films had that on the back, or they'd have the symbol with like ABC. So you think, well, okay, that's region 3 sort of thing. So I picked that up. I've been wanting to get this for a while. I haven't been able to pick it up because it's not available here in the UK. So this is like an American import, but as it's region 3, it's cool. But I just thought, I'm not going to be paying from America to get it sent over with all the postage and stuff like that, you know. But it was over here, and it was a reasonable price, like a normal Blu-ray price. So I managed to pick that up. I will review that on my channel. The next 2 I picked up are 2 other films. I've got them both but on different format, and I've got them on DVD, and these are Blu-ray, and they're not available here on Blu-ray in the UK. Actually, one of them's a 4K and a Blu-ray, and they're both region 3 again. and it is Maniac Cop 2, the second one. I've got the first Maniac Cop on Blu-ray already with my Arrow, but this is a 4K release by Blue Underground, and once again, I believe it says all regions. So that's really, really cool. And it's got like it's got 2 discs, 4K disc, and it's got the Blu-ray disc. Shame there's no slip for it, but hey, it's cool to grab that. I've got it on an old DVD somewhere over there. So when I saw that, I thought, you know what, I might pick that up. It wasn't cheap though. It wasn't cheap, but I just thought I'm going to still pick that up because this is something that's never going to get a UK release. Just know it. No one's going to pick it up, but there we go. So that's cool. Maniac Cop 2. So that's cool. And my last film I picked up was a film that I really love. It's on Blu-ray. I've got it in a box set on DVD, but it has not had a UK release here on Blu-ray, and it's Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. When I first saw this, I thought, it's an Umbrella release, but it's not. It's not released by Umbrella. It's by VVE. And again, if you look very carefully down there, it says Region B. So this will play on UK players. And if you notice something about these international ones, none of them have certifications on it. It's so strange. And some of them even say on here, not rated. So yeah, so I managed to pick that up, and it's come in a slipcase, which is really, really cool. A bit of a Tom Atkins action there. So yeah, this was cool to pick this up with some special features on there. I've only got this in my Halloween DVD box set because, again, Halloween's it's a weird one. It's so strange. What have we got here on Blu-ray? Obviously, we've got the first Halloween on Blu-ray and 4K. Halloween 2 hasn't had a release here, don't believe. Halloween 3 hasn't. Halloween 4 and 5 have. And that's it out of the original box set. So 1, 4 and 5. My lad does have Halloween 2 on 4K, which is really, really cool. But unfortunately, I've only got that in my box set. But there we go. So yeah, we picked that up on DVD. No, on Blu-ray. So that's really, really cool. And the only sign of certification on this one has got it does have it on there. It's got an R18. So that's really, really cool. So they were my movie pickups from Horrorcon. So it's a signed copy of Don't Torture Duckling. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. The Prowler. And Maniac Cop 2 on 4K. What a random buy. What a random film to have. They did have some really random stuff there on 4K. They had Caligula, which I was looking at, but that was stupid money. Like £50, something like that. I thought, nah, you're all right. They had a few other sort of films that I was looking at and I nearly picked up. But I just thought, no, go careful because I'm spending way too much money. And I did. I spent quite a bit of money. And a lot of it went on to this. This is my signed item. I met Ralph Ineson, one of my favourite actors, as you well know. Here he is with me. I met him and we had a little chat, and he signed my favourite horror film of all time. So just let me unwrap it. Hope it hasn't smudged. No, it hasn't. That's fantastic. So you know my favourite horror film of all time is The Witch, and he signed it there for me. Look, to Geoff, Ralph Ineson. Now Ralph plays the main character in the film. He's the father of the family, and he's absolutely amazing. So my most prized possession, because this was bought for me by my son, He bought it for me, so I worship this film. I love it. I love the film anyway, but I mean, I worship this edition. It's incredible. It comes with like loads of art cards. Really cool. It comes with the 4K and I think the Blu-ray. I'm getting the right old pickle here. Got more art cards and you can shake its cloud out. Let's have a look. Yeah, it comes with a Blu-ray and 4K. And it comes with that wonderful book, which I was thinking, do I get him to sign the book or do I get him to sign the box? And I ended up with getting him to sign the box. But yeah, here he is again. We had a little chat about stuff and things like this, and I was talking about films, as you can see. You know, I'm being a film director, and I was talking to him about if Robert Eggers, because he's obviously Robert Eggers really likes him because he's been in at least 2 or 3 of his movies now. He's been in The Witch, he's been in The Northman, he's been in Nosferatu. I said, if you made one film, what would you love it to be? I said, because I've got one in my head I'd love it to be. And he said, a pirate film. I said, but, you know, I said, Ralph, you know, I said, you really suit being in a horror film. You just got that, you got the voice, you got the look, you got the image, you just fit in horror films and stuff. He said, well, a horror pirate film then. Anyway, so it was cool, and I said, well, what I'd love to see you in and love to see him do, and it's way out there, I said, well, I'd love him to do a remake of The Wicker Man, and you playing Lord Samurai. I think you'd be fantastic as that. I think he would play the role so good, and his little eyebrows sort of went up. Yeah, that'd be really cool. But what a lovely chap, absolutely fantastic. But my day didn't end there. After I got all my goods and my signing, I went and watched a couple of the Q&As in the Q&A area. And I sat at the front. First of all, it was Neil from the Kill List. He was hilarious. Some of the stories he was telling about filmmaking, especially about the scene in Kill List. If you've seen it, you know what I mean. I need to review that on my channel. I didn't get him to sign anything or anything such because he was quite expensive, and I've already paid a lot of money for Ralph. Because you got to think, you know, but because Ralph is just incredible. Anyway, so after Neil came Ralph, and Ralph came in and he did a sort of 20-minute, 25-minute sort of chat, question, Q&A, and it was really, really cool sitting there listening to that voice of his. As soon as I hear it, I think, oh God, it's the Witch or Diablo, the video game. He's in that. Or I think Finchy, Chris Finch of The Office. And someone asked him a question about that and stuff like that. And he's talking about Ricky Gervais and what a genius he was and all this sort of thing. Well, sorry. And it was just so cool. And we just had a great time there. Really, really cool. And I was going to say something, but it's completely blown from my head. Yeah, so it was great meeting Ralph and having a good old chat with him, and it was a wonderful day. Managed to get some great pickups, as you see. Have a bit of a joff day, you know, like I said, because I do work hard, as you well know. I work such long hours, but I just thought, you know, I want a day so I can enjoy it. So I'm not going to take loads of videos. I'll take a few photos and a few clips, and that's what I've done. And I'll just add it into my pickups. So that was my day at Horrorcon. There was something really important I was going to say, but it's just blown my mind. Just come up. Oh yeah, about Ralph. Now, if you don't know who Ralph Ineson is, he's been in so many things. He's been in The Office as Chris Finch, as I said. He's been in other TV shows like Game of Thrones. He's been in big blockbuster movies. He's been in Steven Spielberg's Real Player One. He's been in Star Wars, The Last Jedi. He's been in Harry Potter and 3 of the Harry Potter films. He's starred in many horror films, The Witch, Nosferatu, The First Omen, Lords of Misrule, The Green Knight. He's been in so many films, you know, and he's going to be coming up within later in the year in the new Del Toro film of Frankenstein. So that's going to be really cool. So that's it, guys. Hope you. I know it's been a long video, but I've got a lot of things to say. I had a great day, and I don't get that very often, you know, because my days are full of hard work, tired, illness, and you know. And I try to fill them with good things, with like watching movies, but I very rarely get a special day. But today was Noodles Day, and I had the best time. Cheers, guys.